Hey,
Good night, everybody. It's Tuesday, the something of August,
10th.
2021. Oh, yes. And it's the topics. We have a lot of things to talk about tonight. And we have different, um, different panelists, I guess I would call it. I am Alan Powell. I have joining me tonight Reese Truss and Ira Willett. Um, Before I talk, I wanna say something. Um, I was talking to Karen, um, Chips auntie the other day. We was just talking about life, and I tell her, "I sure you don't hear me talk, man, because I don't talk about these things. I say, my opinion is publicly known." And the night after that, cause that was a Monday, we was where we just she tuned into the show, and she said, "Boy, Alan." This is why I feel like on this show. Those boss battle. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to know. Um, of course, I going to say what I feel like on this particular show. And I say the same thing as I said to Karen. You know, if you want to go and hear a basic regular show, a PC show, you go listen. Oh, there's real talk for sure.
You ain't
But
basic though.
outside of that, all of the shows in St. Kitts and Nevis are the same.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just tune in on Win FM or anything and they don't just be giving you the same old thing. So we're trying to bring a little variety and we ain't holding back in the things that we have to say. Gentlemen,
Yes, sir.
once again, I'm joined by Ira Willard and Reese Charles. What's going
Well, thank
on?
you. Thank you for having us, man. We're going on.
Okay,
We're
now
going.
about that.
Uh, uh, Are you going on now? Oh
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
and ladies and gentlemen, I also want to tell you, hey, I feel good. You see, cause when Jason here is just me at the mic, so I could say all the things. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to introduce her to a new drink.
I don't know what it is.
If you get some green formula and you add some blueberry buster, ladies and gentlemen, you drink
Wait, what?
yourself blueberry buster. Ira, Ira,
Boy,
Ira, how are you looking? Just tell me how are you looking.
You look like you need some
boy.
lighting. You're
Oh,
looking like you're missing the lady of your light bar.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, and she don't say you're gonna give him some water already, cause she got along with the light.
What?
Boy,
Mm-hmm.
boy,
Yes,
boy.
the light is back on your shores, my brother.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we going to have to talk about that. The light gone. The
Yeah,
light could have stayed. I'm pretty sure Home
Boy,
Depot, Amazon, Walmart. I would have purchased it. I would have. Anyway,
yeah.
let's start the show.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jason gonna be joining us a little bit later. He's in route at this particular moment in time, and he will join us when he joins us and jump in with his feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Now, gentlemen, a number of things are taking place throughout the region and domestically. Um, this being a Navy show, we're gonna start with a particularly Navy topic.
Cool.
You understand? A topic I was looking forward. I would have loved to talk about this topic last week, Tuesday. But you know, the timings. We're gonna talk about Hush Puppy. Y'all are familiar with this story, or y'all would like me to give y'all a little feedback
Bad
into what
puppy.
is taking
You should
place? Hush Puppy.
give us the feedback. We would love to hear it
Okay,
from you.
okay. So Hush Puppy is a Nigerian individual,
Mm-hmm.
okay, in his mid 30s,
Is a
and
Nigerian.
he was running scams. No, the particular he has been arrested by the FBI, by the Los Angeles Bureau, wherever.
Okay.
He's in LA at this particular moment in time. No, he was defrauding these people. They wanted to build a school in Qatar, and I think he defrauded them of like 1.1 million. But he already admit to way more than that, like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Hmm.
Are just moving around because apparently it was like an organization because it's six of them there.
Hmm.
No, there is no relevance on the face of it, except to say in the indictment they said that he would have purchased Sinkits and Nevis citizenship. I think they say through marriage,
Marriage. Okay.
and that he would get it by bribing some type of individual. You understand? But he
Hmm.
would have paid. No, let me say he would have paid $50,000 to get marriage by
Mic
citizenship by
test,
marriage.
mic test. Anybody could hear me? Me could hear myself.
Another
Hey
time.
pan, hey partner, listen, you don't come in with your fucking up. We take it easy. We starting off with hold on.
First
Before you say
off,
anything,
you got a lot of
we
noise.
we starting off with the hush puppy situation. Okay.
I just wanna say sorry for the late inconvenience. You know what I mean? I apologize for to everyone. Thanks for the real entertainment network for accompanying us. You know, I am late, but better late than never. So I gonna hush my skunt now.
You got something on your face.
No, I just say your face look, it just ugly. So anyway, so anyway, what I was saying now. I mean, you come at the tail end. Partner would have paid the 50,000
Yeah.
to get citizenship by marriage. No, on the face of that, there is a major issue in my eyes. And let me
Okay.
say, that's the background. That's the background. Y'all, what's your opinion on this hush puppy situation before I come and say what I have to say? What was your initial reaction to hearing about this hush puppy situation? Anybody?
Um, for for me, I read through all the stuff. Them I read the in and the outs, the ins and the outs of the situation, and based on how I see it, you know what I mean? Like, hey, at least they find out he's a fraud, you know what I mean? Is what's next now for me.
Okay. What about you, Reese? What do you think?
Um, I still think there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. I think him saying that he purchased citizenship from somebody is okay, but you got to tell me who. You know what I mean? Don't tell me you purchased citizenship and we got to try to figure it out. If you're gonna take a plea and you're gonna talk everything. You know what I mean? Sense to talk half the story. So if you get it from Johnny, then we know it's from Johnny you get it. If you get it from Mary, you buy Mary. Now got me now scratch me head and say, well, who you really get this thing from? Because there's a lot of holes now with that situation there. That's the problem I have with it.
Okay.
Me?
Ira, what's your take?
Well, first, when I hear about Hush Puppy, I didn't know Sinkits and Nevis was involved. So I didn't pay too much attention to that. Hush Puppy, scammer, Nigerian scammer. Mm. But then after Sinkits and Nevis got involved, you know what I mean? It's like, well, the puppy are back. The puppy barking loud. And that means he try to get a little ease of pressure. So I don't know why it would be relevant to even mention that he obtained a citizenship by bribing some high official in a government, unless there's further connection and further other like money laundering or something going on that really show that person is of interest to the FBI. Because why would the FBI even list out that? unless they're interested about a certain individual. And maybe that's why the name not called yet, because they want to hold it down. Because when they come in hard and they come in the night
Now,
and they pulling
well,
you on the
Ira,
plane. Yo,
one of the things that we don't know, eh, because I think one of the reasons why the saying his name is thing would have come out. I thinking that he probably when he was arrested he was held with a saying his news passport. So even though they know he's a Nigerian, because I've been following him for years before he scandal anything. I think that when he get hold, he probably get hold with his saying his news passport.
yeah, but why listed in the indictment? What
That's
the
how
reason?
you have to because in the indictment
Well,
list are the possessions he had, eh? The
well, I
watch
could
and
give,
everything else.
I,
Go ahead, Alan.
I could give you a reason why that was mentioned in particular.
Okay.
No, you got to remember, you're dealing with different interests. Right now, he is held by American authorities. Because we're talking about the FBI.
Mm.
America does not like the CBI program. You understand? No, they don't like. No, me not say that they don't like the CBI program in St. Kitts and Nevis. Me I say they don't like CBI in general
At all.
But they have it though.
because uh huh.
Mm-hmm.
But they will tell you no that they have more reach and more ability to do it in a better manner. You
They like
understand what I'm
competition.
saying? Whereas you understand how Trump say we is a shithole country.
Mm.
So we understand how they're looking at watch ya. When me in America and me tell them me from Nevis, I got to literally pull out money,
Mm-hmm.
like we money, and show them and be like, this is the Caribbean and this is where Nevis there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we're registering unless we're linking up people from we community and from communities around which part we're from.
Okay.
They don't like the CBI program. So that would be a reason for them to mention that, and in particular to mention St. Kitts and Nevis. I
But
think if it was a Dominican passport, they would have
uh
still mentioned it because in general they don't like CBI.
but let me talk
That's my
about it then.
opinion.
Now. Was it really the CBI program? Though it wasn't, right?
Well, no, you defeat me.
Yeah,
But okay, they they don't like how easy
it is.
it is to
Okay.
obtain
They
a
don't love the
St. Kitts and
process.
Nevis spot.
A
They ain't like
passport.
how
The
easy it is.
citizenship. We give it too
And
easy.
and, and watch ya. I don't like how easy it is. I
Mm-mm.
got a partner. I got a partner a couple of years ago. Partner tell me, well, he getting married to this Spanish. No,
Mm.
not this Spanish. This Hispanic lady. You
Mm.
understand? And he asked me what I think. I say, I can't tell you what to do. I could tell you I wouldn't do it. But
Hispanic.
you gonna do whatever it is you feel like. You understand? And you
Yeah, but
understand we see it all the time right now in a Singles and Nevis. Man got on by Yasmin and married and the woman have citizenship. No. You check it out. And they don't like, and the population don't like how easy it is for people to just come and get a passport and rolling up and down. Because see what happened now. He get it like so. How we reflect back on St. Kitts and Nevis.
but
We, we, we want
Alan,
we want to get we want to get off the blacklist for Canada. You understand? So we
but
could just travel to Canada visa free.
You think
How
that could ever
Canada gonna
happen?
look at that?
Never
Alan,
happen.
Yeah.
Alan,
That would never happen.
Alan, Alan. So remember they say he bribe. Remember they say he bribe whoever. You understand me to get whoever passport. But they say he married to somebody. So who the person name he put down in order he get the passport ever so he go. I got that. We have to wait for a court case to happen in order to find out those names. Because if he testify, he gotta be testify all these things too.
Okay, hold on, Jason. Hold
They're
on.
not saying they're not bring
Hold,
opinion.
hold on. It shouldn't be that we have to wait for a court case because a marriage should be public knowledge. I mean, you should be able to go to any government office, whichever government office it is or government entity which handles that. And you're supposed to be able to pull up and say, This guy is married to this woman. If Alan get married,
So
is a public record. Ira is married. You could go and pull up the record of Ira getting married, whatever date, blah blah blah.
yeah, but we ain't see we ain't know who he married to. You know, in order he get this thing if his so he go. So who he married to? Because he all over social media. Nobody find out who his significant other to.
No, well, Jason,
Mm-hmm.
we know his name. So, and I think they even have a date when it is backdated too. But you see, what you got to remember, if something is not legit, ain't gonna the backup data to
Mm-hmm.
show that it is there, you know.
That done
So
done.
if this was a thing where it's like it's backdated
Mm-hmm.
according to why he was told to like backdate it to 2018 or something. So when you gonna look for records, this is how you know that something is fake, you know. When you gonna look for it, ain't gonna be there. Cause if what we saying
So
is true, if what we saying is true, all you got to do is go in the registry and find it, you know. This is not an impossible thing, yes.
so you trying to tell me, although the previous government had a loophole towards the passport of people getting the passport, this government now has a loophole also?
I don't think it's the government. I think the loophole is
No,
always there.
the
When you
loophole
close
there.
one hole, another hole. When you close one hole, another hole go open.
Jason, it's not. First of all, what we're talking about is not a loophole. In
Mm-hmm.
in in terms of when you're married to somebody and you get citizenship, that is not a loophole, you know. That is
I
legit.
understand.
If it's a
I
legit marriage,
The,
but
what we're talking about and where the problem comes in here is what we're talking about is bribery. So we ain't talking about nothing legit. You
mm-hmm.
ain't gonna be able to go find no records and nothing. This
No,
is you pay me, boom, I could get you the stamp and
quicker.
we gone too. So you're trying to look for official, no. And when you're talking about loophole, a loophole is like the law does not provide for this, so I gonna do it. This is a gray area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bribery is not a loophole.
No, no,
If you
no.
see what I'm saying, you can't
And
call bribery a loophole.
yeah.
Corruption is not a loophole.
No.
If you see what I'm saying,
Correct.
we're
yeah,
not looking at it like that.
A loophole would
but
be.
me, I I mean in the loophole in terms of the favor of the government knowing that they could say they ain't had no dealings with he.
It's not a
Um,
loophole. It's a big ass.
Jason,
Asshole.
I
Jason.
can't read I can't read the
Okay.
comments, so I go read the comments.
No, you don't need to read the comments. Focus on the conversation that is taking place at this moment in time.
A
And
loophole is
okay,
unintended.
okay, hold on. Let me say what I'm saying now.
Yeah, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for my part, because I want to key in on certain things that happen, and we also have to penetrate and focus on who is responsible in these particular activities. Now, when you're dealing with passport, you're dealing with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You understand? No, we know who is the Minister of Foreign Affairs. But this is who we're dealing with.
Stop it, boy.
Okay? This the two jobs. Okay? Now,
No,
the,
cause he
the,
don't
the
be know nothing about it.
responsibility has since been handed off to the Prime Minister. And there is nothing more to say. As usual.
But I
But
heard the premier made an
the,
apology.
listen, I am saying what I am saying. You have gotten your opportunity to say what you have wanted to say on the matter. Let me say what I'm saying. No, recall I starting off by saying who is responsible here. No, when we talk about what is under the ministry, first
I'm a
of
high
all,
level.
first of all, the individual was arrested in Dubai. Now, it is important to understand that because we have we have we have what, a consulate We have some building. There is
Yeah.
some part of St. Kitts and Nevis that is over in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very certain of that.
Yeah.
Um, when we looking at this, we got to work out where, because you could get this thing anywhere. Remember, I know somebody in New York went and get a passport though, because St. Kitts and Nevis is in New York. You go up to an office, and when you're in the building that you are in St. Kitts and Nevis, you better believe it. You look around all outside and see New York, but you're in St. Kitts and Nevis while you're in there.
Yeah.
Because that's an embassy. This
Mm-hmm.
is how this thing works.
Mm-hmm.
This thing has to be and must be simply investigated. That's all what this thing take on. We can jump to a conclusion now as to who did what.
Mm-hmm.
If anything happened, you check it out. All what need to happen in a lot of the things is an investigation
Mm-hmm.
and a report. A report, hopefully, that is made public, since it is of
True.
vital interest to the public.
Mm-hmm.
The public need
Uh,
to know what is taking place
Mm-hmm.
with
of
regards to
course.
these issues. So I do not think this is
Mm-hmm.
a report where you could do like the IMF report and say, no, we gonna hide that one here. No, that one
Mm-hmm.
here, do a proper investigation. I wanted to talk about foreign affairs as well, because we would have heard the minister responsible for foreign affairs as well speak about a conversation he had recently with the Secretary of State of the
Mm-hmm.
United States. And these are important conversations, because they know it's just like Jason there, Canada. If something going on in Canada, I could call Jason as my partner, as somebody who we communicate and have a good relationship, and say, well,
Yes.
looking into this for me. That could be part of the investigation as well. These are things that could lead
Yes.
to answers. You understand? So there
Mm-hmm.
are a lot of avenues open for us to get the answers. The answers that we are looking for. We ain't gonna get them right now today. But
True.
this is what we need. What was amazing to me,
Our investigations work.
because you talk about the apology that the premier would have issued.
Mm-hmm.
No, here is the major problem with what the premier said in the first place. The premier was very calm and said, well, what is this? What you worrying about? Okay? And then he would have come on, as you said, and said somebody reached out to him after and said, yeah, the documents with other charges,
But
and
nobody's supposed
these
to reach
no.
out to you.
Oh,
These no would have been the one that opened up his eyes and let him know that
problem.
there's a problem here.
That's a
But
problem.
here, no, yeah, me tell you the major problem.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Even
Uh-huh.
without the follow-up information, every year down at the Four Seasons, financial services do a seminar
Mm-hmm.
on money laundering,
Mm-hmm.
and it is money laundering and anti-terrorist, that type of stuff, in terms of
Yeah.
funds. And so they run you through everything in terms of the service providers. This is where you have what you call know your client procedures. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to money laundering, gentlemen, this thing is so strict that if you accept funds, you understand, which was derived from a criminal purpose, you're guilty of money laundering. So, we understand, job in life is fraud. You understand? That's how he get his money. So
Mm-hmm.
his money is derived from criminal purposes.
Mm-hmm.
If the reason why it is relevant that the FBI said that he take he $50,000 and give it to somebody and obtain this thing is not just to say, by look how easy it is to get a passport or no. This thing is a double shot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you accept money, which is from which is derived, as I said, from a criminal enterprise, you're guilty of money laundering because
Mm-hmm.
you got to understand this is the essence of money laundering. You're taking dirty
Mm-hmm.
money
Mm-hmm.
and you clean.
Cleaning it.
So what we talking about? So even without the follow-up information, you are the minister of foreign affairs and you hear this going on in your ministry. Yo, you can't be calm. Well, you're gonna be calm on the outside and you're gonna be like, we're gonna deal with this. But from the outset, you're supposed to you got to be like kind of oh shit and like this is fucked up. And we gonna really got to get to the bottom of this. You just what? Well, if anything, he should have been upset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you can't.
because this
But you can't.
because this is what taking
He can't.
place.
But he can't show that on his platform. You know that too. You
No,
understand me? You
no,
can't
no,
show
no.
no.
He should have. He should have showed that
And
he was upset.
and watch here, as I say, they does have
You know the
these
man ain't gonna show that.
these money laundering seminars. No, understand when they tell you how this is the definition of money laundering. Oftentimes, the police officer who is in charge of the I think they call it the white division or whatever because they just deal with financial crimes and so. They don't make joke and say how they're gonna lock you up if you ever do it or whatever. And sometimes like one at a time I get up and I tell this man, hey big man, you realize like we working in a partnership? Because remember what you're telling me, I implementing all of these policies and I got to report back to you red flags and things,
Mm.
So me and your partner, So you still telling me how you gonna lock me up? Like really and truly, we got like a cooperation kind of thing, and partner never really
Of
like.
course.
Cause you don't know me no run certain joke and you tell me boy you gonna lock me up at every minute. Me not really. What you talking about? Educate me so that me could do the best. So that me could deal with the
Mm-hmm.
thing. Once you show me what's going on, well then alright, everything cool. Okay.
Wow.
Um Gentlemen, do y'all have anything else to say on this hush puppy issue? Because I don't know hush puppy really and truly. I would say that
We good.
nothing left to say. Okay,
No,
But
maybe
yeah,
not necessary.
you.
okay.
I like the way
The next.
you broke it down, though.
Okay,
I like the way you broke it
respect.
down.
So here's the next thing I want to talk about. Okay, the politicians have consistently been telling us, man, look what's going on in the other countries. Look what's going on in the other countries. They got this, take example.
Yeah.
They got me kind of nervous right now because when I'm looking at what's going on in the other countries, I hope that they are looking at what is taking place too.
But they're already prepared since last year.
Have you all seen the videos of protests and marches in St. Vincent, in Barbados, in Guadeloupe, in Grenada? I see today.
A lot of
Have y'all
places.
seen any of these?
I've seen
What's
some.
y'all take on what is taking place in the Caribbean?
Hmm.
For me, you know what I mean, is like people are opening up their eyes and taking charge as they're supposed to.
As
So
what you see is well in a
what?
Barbados was peaceful. I like that. Guadeloupe was nice. Antigua, me no really want to even reach Antigua level.
Mm-hmm.
And me no really want to navigate to reach St. Vincent levels neither. No, I
Mm-hmm.
don't want no peace or none of them today. But the rest was Eric. What do you
Um,
think, Reese?
the, the truth is right, and I've always maintained this position. I feel that peaceful protest is a waste of time.
Yes.
People don't take peaceful protest as anything serious.
It's a scam.
I feel that the only way you could get things done is when you're violent.
Mm.
It's one thing if I tell somebody hit me and I say, hey, let me alone.
History has
They're like,
proved
make
that.
hit me again. Let me alone. Hit me again. I pull a gun and I shoot. Nobody now hit me again. Nobody. Not the one man now. Nobody. So I understand. I agree with Antigua. I
Mm-hmm.
agree with St. Vincent. I believe that the way to change things in life is by violence. Peaceful protests don't work. You know what I mean? The slaves had
I,
protests peacefully and them still stay in slavery. You know what I mean? The Haitians revolt and then get free. Violence,
Sinky Steve
violence
is
can win.
Sinky Steve is a protest in
um,
the house.
Um, me,
guy, yeah.
semi agree with Reese in terms of the way of protest. I agree with that, but I don't know what they're really protesting against. I don't know if they're protesting against a mandate of the vaccine, like the vaccine being mandatory. I'm not certain what they're protesting. So I can't say I agree with what they're protesting for. But I could tell you, history has proved people would use Martin Luther King as an example of, oh, Martin Luther King did this and did that, but no change came until the bullet hit Martin Luther King and he blood spilled. You know what I mean? We could look at Rodney King. We could look at George Floyd. We could look at the Haitian Revolution, the American Revolution, right? We could look at what protest really looks like. It's violence, no, it's force, it's blood, it's sacrifice. You don't gain things easily. Not certain why they're protesting, so I can't say that I agree with their stance. But what I don't agree with is the notion that protest is supposed to be peaceful, because during the Black Lives Matter, the political um, race that the other day when Black Lives Matter they were protesting, you would see memes where you had some guys standing on Capitol Hill with guns, and they would be like, "Oh, look how they react to these guys with guns versus how they react to people with signs." But then I also saw the black militia walk on the road with their guns, and the police then react the same way how they reacted with the guys who stood on Capitol Hill. If when people bawl, I know my rights, I know my rights, I know my rights. Well, one of your rights here in America is to bear arms,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
To carry that and use that against a rogue government. So
Hmm.
that just bake in to let you know is force we can use because you have a force behind you. So because you have a force behind you, you have to react with force. You can't protest with no signs against bullet and tear gas and them kind of things. And I'm not
And
inciting violence. I'm just saying how it
and
is.
not only that as well,
Okay.
right? Not only that, but also
Mm-hmm.
you notice that in Antigua especially, you saw that they mobilized the police force in riot gear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They didn't come out in the gray and black the khaki suit. They came out in riot gear. So they came prepared for a battle. You know, and rightfully so. That is why you're going to take. I don't argue.
Uh, I disagree with that about that force business. Um, me ain't going to no first blow. The, okay. Can me don't say this already too, eh? I
Mm-hmm.
ain't going to protest nowhere with nobody. Protest is not,
Trust the
to
science.
me, protest is not a valid form of expressing your political dissidence. You check it out. No, if you talk about boycott is actually a strategy that is very effective
I agree.
When you're talking about expressing your opposition. Um,
Oh, you want to do it decent?
No, 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 no. He has a point, and I've said that
um,
in the past as
um,
well.
Jason, you just got to cool and hear. You got to hear what me I say. No, when you look at I would have bring up the civil rights era. Um, there wasn't boycotting everywhere,
No,
but there
they
was
don't.
boycotting in the south, and the effect of what happened when I say boycott, what I mean, do not support nothing with them.
Yeah,
It is going to hurt. You check it out. You ain't got to be in a big thing. If they used to make $10 and they don't make seven now, it gonna hurt. Don't support the shit where you ain't done with. And
Mm.
it is a very effective form of dealing with people in a non-violent manner. Now, with regards to violence and with regards to what Ira said, that is very valid. And a lot of people does misread that in the American Constitution. It's not just that they say that you're bearing arms. It is really a self-defense protocol, even against the government. That's what America got. If the government go off track, the citizens are going to correct them effectively. You check it out, and I respect the part there. But protests, I agree with that. Yo. Me not go protest nobody. But in terms of boycott, in terms of cutting people money,
hmm
yeah,
Uh,
they
Alan,
feel it.
I agree
Alan,
with you with that. On your life.
okay, here's my thing. And when you come to buy cutting, right? When you buy cut, you have to have options. Remember a couple months back, there was a talk about Rams was forcing their employees to get vaccinated, and people come out and say they're gonna boycott Rams. When you think about boycotting Rams, how much people you really think could survive in St. Kitts News without Rams for more than 2 months? For more than a month?
But,
Because Rams is a major supplier for a lot of the other stores, eh? You won't squeeze
but,
yourself.
but Reese, when that happened, my initial reaction was that that's not gonna happen. I say so. It ain't gonna happen. I understand these things, but okay. Part of what make me say
Not name boycott and Avis.
part of what make me say right, is that I have been tracing to understand what is the essence of an division. What is the one thing that pull us together? Because if you go understand the one thing, then you can communicate with everybody. You check it out. But without this one thing, all are we marching in one direction, you know?
Have you found that
So
one thing?
I feel like I isolated, but we're gonna have to talk about that offline. Me not talk about that right now. I
Got you,
think I
got you,
find
got you, got you,
yeah.
got you,
I
got
find
you,
it at
got you.
I find it at a party.
But Alan name boycotting is SK now.
But Jason, the reason for that and the reason for this show by chance is because people don't know about their options, their political options in these type of things. So look, we here talking about it. You check it out. There are
Yeah,
a
but
number. There are a number of ways to express that you ain't like what going on. There is option A, as you say. Well, really option B, which is the violent option. But
I think it's a
there
last
are
resort.
yeah,
I think it's a last
and that's
Hey,
what
resort
make me say
option.
Is
I
a
don't think it's a
self-defense
lot.
option?
I don't think it's a last resort option actually.
It's the last resort because you had the sit outs and stuff, the bus sit outs and then kind of thing. You know what I mean? But
Hey,
Reese, the only time is a first option is if you're dealing with Caesar. If you're dealing with Caesar,
hey,
then
hey,
then yeah, we gonna deal with him like Brutus.
well, in the
Yeah, we
case, in
gonna
the
hey,
handle
case,
him.
in the case,
hey,
the government is
Ira,
Caesar. Hmm?
Ira,
Yo,
Ira. He
wow.
only got 195. He only got 190.95. You understand me? And that don't happen, and I come back again.
Mm. I mean, know
Well,
that. You don't know
yeah,
that. You don't know the picture hole.
that one is different, Jason, because you're speaking about political uprising, but we speaking of citizens coming together collectively, blue, green, yellow, red, whatever it be, coming together collectively and say, hey, we stand
Mm.
against this. I'm not speaking of one political party
There's
or
a
one
failed coup
establishment.
too.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
but
I'm
at
not
the end of the
speaking.
day, it still belong to the people. You understand me? Because right now, you got people who are up and down. You got people who are grudge one another right now. You understand me? So if imagine be a match with you and your belly full and me hungry.
Yeah, but you see, Jason. Okay, okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to an example of why Nevis will never be together. His name is Jason fucking Wallen. Every fucking time we are trying to go in the one direction, Jason gonna fucking pull up and say, well, you got on fucking Nike, me got on Reebok. How come me supposed to match with you? If anything, me supposed to be fucking in front of you.
Jason, that way and Nike are back together,
You,
so I don't know
you in
that.
front, Jay,
I
and
got
that
Adidas right now.
gonna be
I got Adidas.
you check it out. All of that gonna be the problems. This is what I'm saying. Watch out,
Yeah,
Reese.
yeah,
When I
yeah.
talking about this common thread, I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
when we're dealing with this. Then we don't know. Is none of fuckery. We not watch for nothing. Nevis, forward.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. No argument. Big man. I done been all over the world and I don't see Jamaicans from different places in Jamaica and they link up in some place and them a sell food, them a sell shoes or some kind of thing. Because what? And you know what all of them a say? Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
We just in this kind of thing and you see what Jason a say? I'll be going to march and me hungry and you're not hungry. Boy, Jason, what are we marching for? At which point in time I'll be gonna look around and forget about everything and be like, bye, what we marching?
What are we marching
That
We
not
for?
happen
want we
again.
want a better
That
way.
not happen again.
And
That not happen again.
and furthermore, and let me say to everybody, don't go march. I ain't gonna send nobody in the hot sun. Nobody will never get me. Listen, you know the last time anybody tell me go march? When he had like the free up the hub and the rest of them in a go. Hey, watch here. I never go on no motorcade for a political party. Me never go on no motorcade for cultural armor. Me ain't going on no kind of march. None of them shit. Especially if he did that. Who you talking to? That I got to anytime you want me to walk anyway. And ain't with me dad. You better be talking about in the night time. Don't tell me nothing about no walking. What you talking about? You got to find an effective way. Don't support people who dealing with stupidness against you.
Mm-hmm.
You check it
Hey,
out.
we got a comment here. Let me read this comment. This comment comes from Sylvester Door. It says violence begets violence. When people show violence, it's usually because they do not know the way around and they let their emotions take charge. But then the government slash law enforcement does not back down and rather shows greater force and say you can't beat us. And it leads to bloodshed and backward movement of the economy and we as a people. What y'all think about that?
Well,
You right.
don't violence is not the first option.
It's not the first option. That's all I
Hey,
can
watch
say.
here. The woman watch her the battle after Pana done Saint Vincent get locked up, yeah.
Mm.
And she balling.
She won.
No, no, I could tell you. Oh yeah, and this is what I wanted to say as well. And
The man had
Reese,
motorcade.
Reese, I want to tell you fuck off
Okay.
because
I,
I told you that if what we need to also examine is why these protests are going on. Eh?
Yeah.
These protests going on for one of two reasons right now, primarily, there are also other social factors that are going on, eh? But we're talking about
mm,
primary reasons. This is
mm,
jobs and these people starting to talk about mandatory vaccine. When you tell black people in the Caribbean, the descendants of slaves, hey, this is what you got to go do,
Mm-hmm.
he gonna come with resistance. He gonna come with resistance.
yeah, but you don't
Listen,
tell me you're gonna tell me fuck off.
if because when I start to talk about this thing and I was saying the mandatory is gonna be the problem, he was like, no, mandatory
Yeah.
not mean a problem. I mean, looking at we don't do this all the time. I am not saying. Listen, me always just say, and I tell people, I need to go get a vaccine with a 72% now for must 2 weeks. I forget to go get a vaccine. I need to go get the rest of the vaccine so that I go start to learn heavy. Even though I can't go to the fake culture armor, what is taking place next month. I need to go take a vaccine. You check it out. I gonna take mine at a later time, but I need to go take a vaccine right now. So the problem is just the mandatory thing. No, them country they're different too. Cause I realize St. Vincent is what 11%. I'll be there 72. We outstanding right now.
Mm.
When you look at the Caribbean, them other places, them man feel like mandatory is the only way to get
Mm.
the people do it. But as soon as you say mandatory, you see what happened to the police station in Antigua. Nevis only got in couple police station now, and some of them new. You check it out. So them man need to make sure no mandatory, no mandatory.
So
Um,
Alan,
God, God.
you think
Yeah,
that
but
Nevis would have an uprising like that? I don't see
That would
divisions having an uprising like
that
that.
would never that would
Uh,
never happen.
They not got the leadership for that. You need a leader who can
um,
stand up and do something like that.
okay.
And I ain't talking about when I
No,
say leadership, I ain't mean the premier. I just mean you need a person who is going to
yeah,
lead it.
in any yeah,
Yeah,
because you're gonna need a leader in the uprising. But
yeah.
listen, here what happened. Here what right now. I was in Rollins Village, okay,
Mm,
and I having a conversation with a man,
mm,
and the man swear to me, Ira, he ain't taking the vaccine.
mm.
I said, even if they make it mandatory, he said no. I said, boy, the police undefeated, this is the biggest gang in the world. You can't beat these man. This man tell me, Alan, I promise you. Well, then I'm dead. And you have to understand, no, you're on car. Hey, yeah. It's over 15 minutes I talking to this man on the stop again.
Mm.
And you go say, but yeah, the man attack, no. But when it happen, there is more than one person like us. So. That man just ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna
Well,
happen at all, at all, at all. How them man body structure be right now, that's how them man body structure is gone dead. And there is no doubt about it.
I know when you take one
Police
man back a stone, and then more stone and go back after that. So,
and it's not like you gonna just be unvaccinated people. Because you gonna get vaccinated people saying like you know go treat them like a soul. Because there's no need.
mm,
There's a reason why you see in America they're not doing it mandatory. I see people health workers and them man like apologizing and being like we need to do better. We need to be educating people more. Them man setting up thing and them man doing mobile vaccinations. So they're going into the communities, especially the communities where people saying they ain't want to get the vaccine. And they're setting up so they're providing more options. You check it out. So them man going to continue to be convincing in order to get the 100. But I just want to say mandatory is not a good way to go. It's not a good way to go. No.
So who made it mandatory? The businesses or the
Well,
government?
what happened? I think
Civil servants.
St. Vincent one was for civil servants, frontline workers, and them kind of thing there.
Can't do that.
But as I said, it's primarily two things. Because me ain't why you get caught up on just the mandatory. Can remember the next thing I say is jobs
Jobs. Yeah.
and let me say the economy overall. No, you ain't hear the premier saying nothing good about the economy for the year. So you know where he's at.
Mm.
Singets the cruise ship and then stop come. I don't know. Well, and they ain't shutting down the airport, which is amazing. But that's another story. But
Next topic.
they that's where they're at. So that's the other thing which they can really control in a sense, which is the economy. Money is necessary. You check it out, and they need to find ways to make sure that the money is flowing because that is the other thing where you hear people are protesting for the money. I mean, I always tell Jason because Jason always want to know what's going on, what's the motive? The money is the motive. Right? No, it's
Money.
necessary. Yeah.
Of course, man, because that's like all here for me, you know what I mean? The reason why I was so late, I was doing some marketing for myself. You know, money got to be the motive, man.
Well, you say think it's an if at 72%,
Yeah.
and in like Saint Vincent 11%.
Yeah. You know, we store
Yeah,
there.
think it's an if saying enough people against the vaccine or even cause any kind of rising. This is St. Vincent. You could look at the population of those who got vaccinated, only 11. I mean, you look at what's outstanding, the people who giving that a real fuck off. So, if you look at it that way, versus to think it's a neighbors, there's more people can say, why them not gonna sit down? Versus,
Yeah. But
hmm,
you got to watch the humanity of it. 28% of the population is not 28 people, you know.
no.
Everybody, including those who are vaccinated, have people who they love
Well,
who ain't vaccinated, and I telling you, them are gonna say, I want can't deal with them and like us. I want can't get it, though. Yeah?
okay.
No.
Also, then
Mandatory
there's
is not a good way to
72%,
go.
70% of the 70% that they
Yes.
need. Because I was wondering, well, what it push me if they don't reach 72%? Or is
No, well,
72%? Okay.
that's the confusing thing what they do with the statistics. So that's why
Okay.
they got 72% too.
Okay.
Cause they got
70% of
seventy-two
the
percent
100%
of the
goal
100%. Yeah,
rather than
is
70% of the
is
people.
is too
Yeah.
much people in the 28% there.
Yeah.
Them man gonna say no, I won't can deal with them and like us, so them man are people.
Yeah. 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 You still got
Yeah,
that outstanding
Oh,
portion.
we're
I tell
checking
you,
on. Check
and you
out.
also got to count in the ignorance level of the people who is unvaccinated because it's a set of man who ain't playing no games at all. Zero games.
Let me ask you something.
So it gonna be wrong.
Let me ask you something. Are we administering the AstraZeneca to people 12 and up?
I think the cutoff age is 18.
So are they calculating that 70% based on just adults?
Eight,
Have they also
eight,
baked in?
18 and over.
No, but I mean the 70% number that they're looking for. Is it 70% of the total population or 70% of the adult population?
No,
They have
70%
this
of those eligible.
by Reese, from what I understand, they're saying basically the entire adult population have to take it because that would be the population of people.
Okay.
Hey, we
That
have a
would be the
question here,
people.
right? We have a question. Somebody asks, what is your take on the term we have to learn to live with the virus? What your take is on that?
Live with it.
Um,
Kind of.
that's facts.
I
I'm
think that's
telling you. I don't go in places where got the virus hot now, so me now wear no mask and I had an amazing time.
a reckless
So
word.
Right
much
now,
so I wanna get back in there now. What you
Florida, you talk
talking?
about?
right now
What?
for me, right now for me, which one I'm staying now is mask free,
Mm.
and we done had it already, and like, wherever it be.
Okay. I
And what
feel like
that?
no. Here's a question now. I got a question for y'all, right? Because we're talking about having to live with it, and we're saying about the vaccine and stuff of that nature. Recently, Lindsey Graham came out, and Lindsey Graham had a press conference, and he's talking about the Delta variant, and he's saying the Delta variant is coming.
The Delta variant is going
Mean
to come.
this?
Whether it comes by
What?
Yeah,
air
but me not hear no
or it
volume
comes
now.
by sea, the Delta variant
You
is
know that
going
no
to come.
sound.
The
No,
only defense is
But
vaccination.
hey, I feel like Lindsay got the
When it
most screenshot
comes,
in Sinkers and Nevis politics.
By far,
Lindsay always got a fresh screenshot. History a
wow.
fresh screenshot.
What you say, Reese?
This is what you say.
the Delta variant is going to come. Whether it comes
I be
by
still
air
hear what you say.
or it comes by sea, the Delta variant is going to come. The only defense is vaccination. When it comes, it's going to come looking for the unvaccinated.
You want to hear it again?
The Delta variant is going to come. Whether it comes by air or it comes by sea, the Delta variant is going to come. The only defense is vaccination.
Okay.
When it comes,
okay, hold on there. I
I
don't
am gonna
know.
say why that's I am gonna say
No,
why that's
no.
bullshit. Okay. You say why that's bullshit. Go ahead.
Mm. I want to first say Lindsey Grant is a stupid bald-head mother cunt. I wanted to get that out of my chest all day.
Wow.
Okay.
Fairness, the man said that he coming for the unvaccinated. So I want to know, right? If the Delta variant got eyes to say, Reese, you not vaccinated? Pow. Jason, you're vaccinated, you cool. Alan, you're not vaccinated? Pow. What the fuck is this is what leadership look like? This is what we elect for
Re-
5 more years?
Remember, once you're vaccinated, is less chance of dying.
Pana, me going to get a glass of drink there.
It's a scare tactic, but um, that sounded like an invitation for the Delta variant. And I think that would tie into all the countries that's being banned outside the United States when it comes to tourism, right? Oh, this variant is in Brazil, Argentina. The Delta variant was heavy in India. We had to ban them. But then America has yet to make the list. We ain't banning people from their regions there. And it's rampant in America. But the economy, we could say India, you could hold that. You could keep over there. Stay over there. Brazil, we ain't really care. You ain't bringing no money anyway. For America, we can't tell you that.
Well, I
That-
guess the Delta variant come from places where Delta get gas from, Daddy. But
So
Well,
that was the reason why I was saying it's kind of amazing that the airport ain't closed. But let me tell the authorities something. I need I to keep it up, man. So I go ahead. Yeah, do I have to do? Because I need I to keep it open a little bit longer. You check it out? Because as you say, Ira,
Yeah.
the and I mean not even as you said, as Lindsay said,
Mm-hmm.
as I knew, the Delta variant is coming. If you ain't careful, the Delta variant is in SK right at this current moment in time. But we just saying no. I don't know the rate at which we send all our positives samples back to other labs to determine what strain. I don't know how much it costs. I don't know if we are incurring
Mm.
said costs because it got to be some kind of expensive. We keep on doing that,
So so
especially at the rate we are.
all everything you get from Taiwan, you still got not know who test whatever variant you get.
Um, when you talk, um, Jesse, you realize what the fuck is taking place in Zingitan News right now, no? You understand that we ain't got none of the scientific specialists, nah, the labs that are necessary to do these things.
Oh,
What you talking about?
of
Equipment, what we go get?
course.
Even if we get this equipment, who is gonna be translating what is taking place on this equipment? Who is gonna be operating this equipment? What you talking about?
Jason.
At this moment
By
in time, right? I
by
thought that I thought that Nevis had something. What could I tell you? I thought Nevis don't stop send the test SK. The test them still get SK. So what you talking about?
by by you got people when we're just typical civilians, you know what I mean? Not the science more than a lot of people. So I
Mm-hmm.
saying they get the job
No, no,
based
me
on
no
how
want
they
vibe
do.
group, no. Me no
I
no vibe, me
mean,
no want that. Me
so
no want that.
Sylvester said, so the airport, so the latest, the air, I don't know what I mean. Anyway, is that passengers from Delta variant strongholds are not permitted entry. You hear anything about that?
So you're trying to tell me they ain't got no US flights?
I will-
Watch here. Right now, in order to go Puerto Rico and stay in a hotel, if you unvaccinated, you got to test weekly, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
And that's not okay. And that's not okay. Which bar you're from? You got to do this
so
thing.
so check it out, Ira. I want you to think back, eh? We're gonna just think back on something. When the first variant came out of the UK, they had stopped British Airways from flying into St. Kitts Nevis. But you are allowed to fly in and a British Airways flight to Antigua and then come over here. So the flight that can't come straight, we just go Antigua and then
You
come
make
over.
up that there.
But you're talking bullshit.
No, but
Me?
This has been a loophole all the time.
Listen.
Nevis is correct.
Listen. I may be
Man,
indulging
killing
in
me
some.
here, boy.
I may be indulging in some great libation, but I am still sober. I
The
tell you
man don't
facts.
Highly
ask you,
sober.
have you been to this destination in the last 14 days or nothing like that?
I,
Where's
I
your
think
your origin point? None of these questions,
No,
it doesn't matter. It just
no, but
depends on the
Ira,
listen.
flight. So the plane
Ira,
will
No,
carry the variant.
I think they institute that now,
Yeah,
but I still waiting to see because I paying attention to some of these players from the CPL. Because you don't know,
that,
a lot of them gonna be coming from a lot of different regions of the world.
true.
and
So
a lot of strong words.
if I am aware that any one of these man come to, if they're in a hot spot 2 weeks before, oh yeah, I go on and kind of special treatment too, and we gonna be talking about the fuck. You better believe it.
Yeah,
You
no,
better
but
believe it. So
yeah,
you
but
just
Alan,
better make sure. they are paying attention to what I paying attention to, and all of the fucking laws are in accordance because they
Yeah,
agree
but
on all of that shit.
Alan, even when you look at it, right? The recent tour the West Indies was on, they had a bubble, and they still had players that couldn't play because they test positive. So how many come to St. Kitts for CBL?
Okay, well, not even that,
Take bribe.
because I've been a tell I need to call the statement from man,
Wild offer.
the KFC man from SK. Um,
Me body.
you ain't here recently. He had an outbreak of COVID on a Royal Caribbean cruise line. All of
Mhm.
the staff was vaccinated.
Mhm.
All of the passengers was vaccinated.
Mhm.
Still had an outbreak.
Mhm.
And that's why it's bullshit. Every human being what COVID come in contact to is a potential vector to get COVID and spread it to somebody else.
That's a fact.
The only advantage you got if you have the vaccine is you're supposed to get more resistance. And
Supposed to.
if you get it and they say you don't have any what comorbidities, you ain't gonna die.
You ain't
Mhm.
This
gonna
is
die.
what they're saying. Outside of that, you could still be a vector.
Mhm.
When them man got a fake culture man, everybody going and the vaccinated people go inside and me got to stop outside, they still gonna be able to get the COVID in there
Yeah, your virus load still
because they're
high.
vaccinated. There is no like special thing. You're playing right now with this thing. You're playing Russian roulette, and you ain't no. You put the gun to your head and maybe the bullet in there. Maybe it ain't.
Take the bribe, thing, but take the bribe.
No, no, you're
But
talking about. Move
you
on.
see, like this brave talk, boy. But
Um,
I just
and
want to reiterate my statement there that Lindsey Grant is a bald headed, stupid fucker.
You listen,
I just
you ain't gonna come. Listen, you ain't gonna come on our platform and try disregard our Lindsey Grant. You know, he's our tourism minister. Okay, so you
Yeah,
have
pull
some
him up,
respect and
Jason.
show
Pull
some
him up.
respect.
Pull him up.
You show some respect.
Pull
Okay,
him up. Pull him up.
because when you want to vent and talk about that, go over there and talk about that over there. Let me cuss Lindsay, not you.
Now I can't get Lindsay come from Real Talk Corner
watch it.
or Real Entertainment.
Before I go, the two are in Florida. What Florida numbers look like right now with COVID by
high
chance?
enough
We,
Oh,
we ain't
high,
gotta talk about
high. I tell you,
that.
the numbers man weed, cocaine, and heroin high,
okay.
and we still a party,
Because
party me a party.
all I'm seeing is concern. Well, concern at the numbers by people who need to be concerned at the numbers. Well, some of the people. Because whoever named Ron DeSantis, that guy who is in charge of stuff in Florida, oh, he's an amazing man.
Then come on here, man.
Oh, he don't give a scunt. He is Donald
No,
Trump Jr.
he
Oh
don't give a damn.
yes, he
He
don't
don't give a
believe in
damn.
mass. He don't believe in nothing.
Then come
Whoa.
on him.
The, the man say that if you want to wear a mask, it is up to you. You make your personal decision for your life. I am in agreement with the man. Do not tell me what to do, man. So, but if you want to wear it, if you don't want to wear it, don't wear it. That's the man there.
And I want to bring up something what kind of contradictory what Lindsay said to you. Because earlier, he had a report what had said, we ain't taking no more cruise ship that have more than 700 passengers. And
Yep, I remember that.
Lindsey Graham came out and he said, no, that is incorrect. You understand? Because we don't had all of them got names. We don't had two of them. One of them is some kind of Odyssey and some kind of next one, and that
Mm.
is not the reason. Them man
They
still
go say
come out
Arlene come
again.
off.
No. Here what going on. Them man still come out again later again and say we ain't bother taking no cruise ship again, but it's not for the reason what make I say. we got a different reason. We need to sort out our testing and vaccination policy. You check it out.
How
That's
come?
why in a
How
first
come?
place. So
How
I
come?
don't think any more cruise ships are coming at this moment in time.
The people's
Mm.
assumptions are altering wrong and them won't altering right, eh? But hey,
Yes. Well, if I didn't get the information, I can't say no.
me got a cousin work on a cruise ship, but I better text them.
Hey, gentlemen, I want to move on to these signs. You know, I really have. Do you have? Would you be able to bring up any of these lovely signs
What
that we
sign that?
have?
Sign language? Sign language?
No, these are
Bye.
signs.
Sign up, sign up.
Mm-mm.
The-
Mm-mm. Me
These are
body.
signs that would be adorning
Why a circle? Let me
several,
can't read.
and
Me
you're kind of
body.
slow too.
Must be you make these signs.
Yes. Me not so collective. Remember me an Air Force student.
Definitely. This part is not for you, but we're gonna get back here. You understand? And
Mm-hmm.
and ladies and gentlemen, these signs are brought to you by the Nevis Island Administration, but not just by the Nevis Island Administration. These are
I don't care what.
what's the
I
first
don't
name,
care what.
Mr.
I don't care what
Jacobs?
I say. I don't care what I say. As long as Hanley's road one day right, me good.
Hanley's Road one day fucking wrong. What you talking about? Hanley's Road
I
one
say,
say Hanley's Road say entrance gateway to the hash trap. When last you got a hash race? The last time we got a hash race, right? Ultrasonic still was a big thing.
You know, the
The
Hanley's
last
Road one,
time I went hash race, ultrasonics, them there a time when you're still looking forward. Big man,
That's true.
I don't go hash race and walk from down to the bottom and hash race up to the bottom, up to the top of market shop, yeah. Cause I needed to go hospital. Me ain't concerned that I fuck up my shoes. Nothing at all. But I needed to go hospital. That particular hospital there and see the bodies that was down there. What you talking
I
about?
don't I don't care what you say.
But
As long as my premium name pan Hanley's road one, me good.
yeah, Henley Pat.
Yeah.
Henley
As long
Pat.
as my
No,
premium them.
remember the premier not come from fucking Henley's Road near. The premier come from Henley Pat. He's the only fucking man in the name. It's just say he come from Henley fucking Pat. I never hear. I got all kind of people down Henley's Road. Me never hear nobody say they come from Henley Park. But the premier, you check.
I don't care what I say. As long as my premium name spelled right, you understand me? I feel good.
But as I said, these were the inspiration of
Me
our
body.
representative, of our St. James representative.
Hold
Okay,
on there, Alan. Hold on there, Alan. I want to tell you something. In life, right? In life, you got to be smart, right? And if you're not smart, you got to play smart,
go ahead.
right? When my managers them tell me, when you think you're smart, somebody else is smarter than you. You see when they do the brown hill one, they was supposed to let Sazam to the brown hill side.
Yeah. Hold on,
They
hold
might as well
on.
be like, no, Sazam to write a Bible verse every day about somebody from brown hill. Let Sazam to the best.
Saddam,
Let's
the problem
let's if you,
is they're not gonna sign big enough. Cause everybody in a brown hill says I'm gonna put on the
yeah,
sign.
but you got to
Boy,
remember, you know.
And furthermore, the premier said this sign was not meant to share the entire history of the location. It was just to beautify
Yeah,
the
yeah, but
the, the,
if you
the
want if you
vicinity
want
and all.
well if you ask me,
And to improve like so tourists could know they are here in this general region and they could have better direction of where they
oh,
are.
okay. Me know the smartest person in the world, right? And when
How?
it comes to spelling, me not really the best at spelling. So me not text a lot and I got autocorrect. But me see them put panoramic and some kind of spelling there. I just want to make sure that I realize that that is not how the word is spelled there. But I tape it in my phone
Maybe
first
not.
to make sure I'm correct. I
Maybe
make
not
sure I'm
Nevis
correct
man get
first.
the work. Maybe he's a Saint Kitts man get the work.
Hold
Ain't a
on.
Nevis man get the work there.
Hold on.
Cause one thing about Nevis people, then the Nevis then no people name good.
Hold on.
They know.
I believe, watch it. I believe I knew this man would have used some Google like fuck. And no man, and I knew this man could not fuck out that name there. I don't. I think if it's a Nevis man, then man, I'm going to release the name of that man there. Yeah, we're gonna need it. We're gonna need it.
Well, we go. Well, I believe me and guy and wait for the press release to call the name. Ujam the boss.
No, if me I got to deal to release it. Me and can hold on to that.
Somebody,
Cause we know he gonna fumble the ball. He gonna fumble the ball. So me I may as well get it up. Somebody else take it to the goal.
somebody tag me and quick.
I looking at the signs, right? And not only that, I looking at the sign in conjunction in what the premier said is the purpose of the sign. And I is like, so you could beautify a place in Nevis with wrong spelling.
With a sign.
No, with wrong spelling. Because watch out, remember you got a sign. And Kaiso in the sign spell right and spell wrong in the same sign. So
Bye.
nobody at all step back and look at the sign and say bye. Yeah. And no.
No.
The man just walk out by the sign and then reach.
Bye. They go say bye so I be talk.
Hey,
At least I know
here. Just hold on there. Starboy says spell check come through Microsoft Word. You right.
Me don't understand.
Spell check come through Microsoft Word, boy.
Me don't understand. So when I'm in on the phone and the man I get the person like, okay, so I want you to write this and this sign, and the person do his own spelling, the email over these things, and the person use that and just mess it up completely.
But check a vibe now. Check a vibe now. Listen to this.
How much one then sign they cost? People that charge up to 8 and 7.
Hold on now. Listen to this one, man. Check this out. Check this out. Let's say that man release the name, right? Let's say it's Sharon do the sign. And Sharon release an email and say, hey, this is what I sent me, you know?
Me like to say,
bye.
See do
Watch
this
out, me know who
and
did
do
the sign.
this sign.
Me know who did the sign. Me know who did the sign. Me don't call name.
So who do the sign?
Who this?
Boy, you have to start taking life serious, boy.
Boy,
Boy, start taking life serious,
is a
boy.
serious thing.
Boy.
Life is a serious thing.
Hold on, right? Based on me understanding, right? Based on what the information we get, right? The person who are doing this thing get a laptop from the next person. You understand me? The laptop have to left from Nevis to go to St. Kitts to get the information in, and the person still do the spelling wrong.
That's an Nancy story. A laptop.
Man.
You're coming
that kind of story.
What is been 1995? And once again, ladies and gentlemen,
It's a laptop.
telling these old fuckers who do not understand nothing more life. This is a text.
I don't believe Jason. Jason, make up things.
This is
not
no laptop.
Jason, watch out. Remember, I big a flash drive and
not a thumb drive.
We got flash drive. We got all kind of ways. So we
listen.
What you talking about?
Listen. If me lie have the person said the laptop. The person had to go sync it with the laptop and all.
Boy, listen. Like,
people don't tell you anything and you believe, boy.
These are could have been created in Nevis and printed in St. Kitts.
I believe I have a voice note.
I don't want to hear.
You don't hear the voice note, but I hear the voice note.
you can keep that voice note there. That like them information you don't say, go around, drink this bush cure everything and everybody have forward it. because now
Send me
everybody
the,
a drink bush.
send me the voice note though. I wanna hear. I wanna
Alan,
hear.
you really want to hear that?
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah,
can tell
yeah.
you a
I
story.
am gonna dismiss that, but listen, listen. I wanna hear. I just wanna hear. I love to hear
Like,
people's voice and I could gauge all kind of things. So I'm gonna need that footage. Definitely.
the man said, voice note. Then the man had to carry a laptop or sync it. That's
Okay.
what
It's
me
a boy,
mean.
it's a boy
Anyway,
thing.
Okay. And watch here. We ain't talking about okay. We get one saying I misspell. I see Overbad got on Brian, and we don't know he got a lot of Byron. But even Byron Lee is a big name throughout the Caribbean. I mean know how Byron spell. And you're gonna put on not one Brian, you're gonna put on back to back. And when you get out there, you now realize. And
Hey,
part of the thing is, listen, them man get collecting with people name spell wrong, you know, because you got El Camino with it. And I was going on the road, I was trying to get a picture of it, but that man don't take it back down. Yeah, it seemed
we
like he
got
got
it.
back yeah, it
We had
seemed
it.
like
Oh, you mean the new
and
one?
yeah.
Mm.
Well, I was trying to get a picture of the old one.
The old one there.
You check. I know he there, but I went on the road to go try to get a picture of it.
Oh,
But right now in that spot there, so you would not see anything.
oh. Well, at least
You
they
will not see
rectifying the
anything.
problem.
They have been removed, and
But
and and my tax dollars is going to go pay somebody to
This
go
is what I
get the
want to
shit
know. This is what I want to
refixed
know. Who
so
messed it
that they
up?
could go up to beautify the country. You understand?
but everybody just when people do things themselves, they make themselves look stupid, boy. After when they post it on Facebook, they look like a professional because guess
This,
what? They only post after the fact.
okay, okay, hold on. So you had said that the premier said that the sign is to beautify the country, or was it a way
To be
to show people where they were?
for both things. He said to beautify and also as a way to give people a sense of direction in
Well, you need to
particular.
invite Google. We
In
invite Google.
particular.
That's what people want. Google Maps.
Exactly.
Right. I once again, people, this is why I need if I want new shit, fresh shit, young people things, we don't all get rid of this generation. You understand? And we need to move on
The Google
because we
drive
know a
through their
little
camera.
bit better. We could do things off our phone actually
Mm,
because we could take here these pictures here. For your phone.
mm,
These are not complicated issues, people.
mm.
You got
Zoom in on somebody on Google.
you got the
boy,
government road saying an El Camino will it spell wrong. What your most famous cricketer? You can't talk about cricket in Nevis unless you talk about El Camino Village. You talk about he, and then you say, well, okay, these man you come afterwards. Because and he was the first man in the Leeward Islands. Antigua ain't get shit before Abby.
Mm,
Nowhere get nothing before Abby. It was
mm,
Nevis.
mm.
And Yogan and the government road sign and can't spell the name right.
Imagine that.
It
And
was a
and he
surprise.
got and he got a player profile and quick info. This is a Google search. You know?
Mm,
We talking about if you can use Google properly, the sign and them alright. All they gonna do is be able to use Google. And we can achieve this.
so Google Maps work in St. Kitts and Nevis? Waze, GPS.
Um
Yeah,
some of the roads, not all of the roads.
Well, that they may need to see who they may need to invite. That's what the tourists them want. And then the
But
big spot them, you take a couple pictures, upload them so
I
they know that they're here.
them manga things what they could do with Google what they ain't about.
And they're
But
gonna do it
it's
for free.
just them man just want to run the cable.
Mm.
You check. Just run the
We
cable.
just want we just
They
want
need the fiber.
continue. We just want continue come third in the world still.
By your leg, stupidness, you know.
Cause,
Say it how it is. We just want to continue come third.
But you know, Ian say right. He think the
Oh,
sign should have just be Ian Big Papa
oh,
say
oh.
he think the sign should have just have the attractions of the village and not the names because no matter you know what I mean, which makes sense. Just put the village.
the
Cause no matter
names
how
is
much
not.
name you put, you will miss out somebody. Eh?
You go honor the people, man. You can't
Yeah, but you
Oh,
afraid.
gonna have,
I mean,
yeah, but I you
You
gonna have miss
can't
out somebody.
afraid. You can't afraid Reese.
I you gonna miss out
I
somebody.
mean,
You can't
I mean
afraid to
glad,
left out somebody.
I mean glad me
What?
premier name for them.
Listen, here's what's going on with the signs. The signs are fine. Is nobody gonna because I see the other sign and them what they got no. I see the Hanley's Road sign and I see he had another kind of little sign in front there.
Mm,
So them man got them there all over to you know.
mm.
So when you go down by the square now, you see Independence Square.
Mm-hmm.
When you're driving on different roads and things, you're seeing signs. This thing is not a bad idea, you know. All what happen, you got to be
No,
able to fucking spell. You got to be able to fucking spell. And not only that, the information where you have on there has to be accurate. Right now, when you talk about Hanley's Road, you're telling me about hotel.
Hash, yeah.
Don't tell me about Hashtag.
Hashtag. Hashtag.
You check? Hashtag was
Hashtag.
when I was in high school. You could have tell me about Hashtag.
Hashtag.
You check it out? I
giddy
done
up,
with high
giddy up,
school
giddy up.
a long fucking time. It's nearly gonna be 20 years now. So don't tell me about
Imagine me.
Hashtag. You watch out, them man could tell me about fish because don't let me that give me lobster fam. You
Yeah?
could tell but when you tell me about fish, because okay, let me deal with that part here too. Um the premier would have gone on a press conference and say how he has upgraded facilities for the fishermen all over the place. I will let the premier to understand that the fishermen down at Hanley's Road are not pleased. One man went and he said he went over to the one over St. James and he said they have like them man do the containers and them. So a man could even come and left a boat. A man could left the equipment. Them man ain't got them kind of lockers and them kind of facilities and so down on Hanley's Road and they would really appreciate how upgraded in the facilities. So they could left the thing.
Alexis,
So they
celebrate
could
people, boy.
so they could even if them man could give them on a foundation, them man could end up and build on the foundation, you know. Car by I might go come and real talk and talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanna talk about I feel like we just depend on the government too much.
I just was
As
gonna
much
say that.
as you could talk shit about the government, we just want way too much. The general public is desirous of way too much
What they do
from
farmer
the
club or
government.
something.
Too many handouts, man.
We well, watch out, Jason. Part of
Mm-hmm.
it is is the government fear of teaching us how to be together because they kind of think that if we together we're gonna go against them.
Mm-hmm.
But we on a whole by sometimes when you look at what people want from the government, by the government ain't need to be responsible for all of this.
You right.
I'm telling you, he got
So
he got people what stop home and they is like by because of this government they can't make no money. No man, what you talking
Hey,
to me about? But you could go
hey,
so
Alan.
you could go up a mountain and pick some kind of wine or something and sell that there and make money. What you talking to me about? The
Hey,
government
Alan.
cannot
that's
be
true.
responsible.
Check it out,
That's
right?
true.
God.
Tanya just said, and Tanya has a valid point. Hanley's Road have a rep. They need to call Eric. Eric live down there. They have a point. They need to call Eric. I don't know. They the pass Eric Holmes to go home every day.
Okay.
One,
Okay,
one bedroom.
Reese, as I just said that. Okay, let me think about this like so. So, Mark said that this thing is Zook responsibility, right? No,
You know, the
say
boss there.
I'm the representative for Charleston, right? Even though this thing is Zook responsibility, Zook would not be able to put down no kind of fuck in a Charleston. What going to cause embarrassment for me? You know? So, so, so for all of them to let these things go down in their jurisdiction, they also have something to take into this. You check it out. This thing is about accountability. I would have said, hey big man, you who are the final say. Me not got no kind of problem with that. You might not even need to get your eyes on the final thing. But I can tell and me ain't going through all of them. Yeah. But you see anything in fucking St. Paul's? No sir. Alan Powell is going on top of that. Somebody who I have utmost confidence in is gonna be able to go expand that, take picture of all of them and show me and tell me, hey, this
Well,
good, everything clear, boom, nothing would not have fall on top of me.
Alan,
Watch out,
I,
watch out. We speak like
I,
you bring up that there, because there's a lot of times when you see these people and it's like they don't mean the same meetings together. They can't say,
well,
but I come in and go check you. Go ahead, go ahead. So what is it, Jason?
well, at least we know ain't bad people alone big too much.
I does used to laugh sometimes.
They got to be a special place in this world for people like you, boy. You had to get out of news, boy. News not big enough for you.
He's a case again is I got in 25. He's a case again is I got in 25 like fuck.
Boy,
Well,
boy,
and
you
true.
can't
Can't
go
At
wrong.
least we
complain.
know. At least we know for sure now. Yes, I mean, we come down to the conclusion that ain't bad people alone beg too much. I guess the particular person were mentioned in his area, and the others didn't mention their area too.
Hey, watch you. As you talk about beg too much, I have something where what I would talk about because I don't know if this fuck too hot to I. I might say I don't even give a fuck about this. Cause I
Yeah.
half don't give a fuck about it, but I willing to talk about this. So the Hublo watches. Anybody with me in
Mm-hmm.
discussing the Hublo watches?
I know what I mean.
Okay.
You can talk about them.
First of all, I'm gonna say, ladies and gentlemen, you don't know nothing about what Hublo is. Hublo, I will never in my whole life own a Hublo watch. I could tell you this right now. I was on their website earlier today verifying that I will never own a Hublo watch.
Talk for yourself.
And I think that the cheapest one I would have seen would have been for 5,700, and that's without tax. And tax in America is at least 10% and up. So you
Nah,
put in another
6.5.
5. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucking 6 grand. Okay?
Oh yeah, 6.5. Yeah.
Okay. And that's the least. And I don't think the premier is the least kind of guy. I don't want to fucking believe the premier is the least kind of guy. No, the premier would have put up a picture on his Instagram, and he would have been showing off his watches with him and his lovely daughters, one of which just celebrated a birthday. Happy belated.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, um, and some people is kind of fucked up about this thing. The premier up there with his watches. Y'all have any opinions on the premier flexing his his good shit. Me and Jason would have done deal with his vehicle. His 2021. It was a BMW. Whatever kind of fucking ugly vehicle it was. A vehicle I would not get.
I can't,
Um,
I
A
can't say
vehicle
nothing
I
boy watch
would
because I don't know if you give him as a Christmas gift for somebody or whatever.
Okay, Jason, you fuck off. Reese, do you have a valid opinion on these things? Do you have anything that anybody would like to hear about?
um, so when we speak about the watches, I feel like the timing was incorrect. I don't have no issue with the watch itself. If you're into watches or into shoes or into whatever it is you're into, you know what I mean, you spend money on what you're into. I just feel like the timing with with the economy being what it is, with people going into the situation that they're going through, it was bad timing.
Timing and
But
watches go together.
you know, the fact that he have his watches, whatever it is, everybody got fancy things. Hey, I got a room in my house right now with over 40 pairs of Jordans alone. Huh? Nobody not gonna tell me that. Nobody not gonna tell me
Reese,
that me
look,
shouldn't be.
Reese, you're my
But I
hero.
am not. But I am not a public servant, and I am not the face of a country, right? So that is where it comes in. Me and my
Not
issues, whatever the fuck it is, them stuff on this side, me pan this side. You know what I mean?
not take
The people
worries,
don't
man.
look to
Ignore the
me,
noise.
and the people
I
they look
hear
to me
you.
and say, Reese, what going on? When they look to me, say, hey, I better go work hard. We don't work hard like what?
They
Reese,
can't,
but
me not hear
Reese,
nobody.
but
Ignore the
Reese,
noise.
by the way, congratulations on the move. I heard good things, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
yeah.
good
Bless up, bless up.
things.
Yeah, man, bless up, bless up, bless
Um,
up.
I know you ain't tell me nothing in your jokey mother scan, but
No, you're
big
like
up your mother.
you're
Big, no,
you're like
no. Watch out.
you're
No,
like you're like you're
listen.
like
Me
you're
not
like.
even talk about that. I'm talking about. I hear your mother there. I hear your mother there. So give your
Yeah, yeah,
mother
yeah,
my
yeah,
love.
yeah.
Give
Oh,
her
we
my.
talk about we
That's
talk
what.
about
That's
we
what.
talk.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, I
I
thought you
ain't no
talking about the.
shit.
I thought you talking about the move because I'm about to tell you.
You hear
Give
what?
your mother
Your
my
mother
love.
what?
Is visiting.
No.
Oh,
Jason, you fuck up. You remember you don't have nothing to add to this conversation. You say you don't have
no,
nothing. Just give your
I,
mother my
I,
love. I, Ira,
I don't, listen, I don't treat me bad for me birthday, so if you enough,
Who?
do me what I want.
Who cheat you, man?
Jason,
Why call you?
Jason, Jason, I know you. You is a man. You get a piece for your
Ira,
birthday.
watch out, Ira
Jason
is
get a piece
really,
for your birthday.
really, watch out, Ira is really work together by because Ira come when me talk about them in September the 3rd and Reese come back with the same thing. When I say what they two mothers come together.
Uh, Jason, I see it on Facebook, but I was going to things at the time.
You know, Alan had a little thing on
I
the
was
face.
going to things at the time, so I said, fuck it.
He
But
did tell you that.
it's not that I don't love you. But everybody
But
get a fuck off because I'm going to things
Him
and
was
I'm
gone.
slightly better. I'm
I couldn't
slightly
find
but I
better.
him.
was
And
but
you know what make me slightly better? Because since
why?
time passed, I know that it's closer to the time that I'm gonna be happy again. You understand? So the more time that pass, that happened, I'm still gonna be happy again.
But
So
but
Lyrics.
but but,
I
but
win
Alan,
all over. I'm
That
gonna
is
but
a new
celebrate.
Alan,
song.
but Alan, but Alan, you could see when things you could see when things rough. You know what I mean? Because for the past few shows we have facial light. Now there's
Yeah
no
man,
facial light.
you know see me black no fuck?
The glug on. The glug on. Literally the glug on.
Hey, hey, but hey, hold on there, though. Let me hear what Eric had to say. What this thing, man? Come me not give me peace on that. Just how me feel.
No,
I
no,
hear what
no,
Eric had to
Yeah,
no.
say.
I think you said it. I think you said it. I mean, we all know the
No, 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 no. You
Hold
say
on,
it.
hold on. But let me talk
no,
now.
let him
The
man say what he's
premier.
saying. Let him man say what he's
We all
saying.
know the premier has money. That is nothing to debate. Everybody knows this, right? Everybody knows this. We all know it. It's just the timing. You know what I mean? Certain flex, you got to withhold certain flex. Withhold certain
What do you
flex.
mean? Me
But
want to
we
go
know
golfing too.
we know you got it. We know you got it. So I guess if the man wanna flex it, the man flex it. I mean,
It reflects it here.
Why have fuck
Okay.
your money if you can't say fuck you? You understand?
No,
Yes,
I'm
indeed.
gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the other.
Indeed.
I'm gonna show you the other part of it, right? Like Alan said, was the data about that,
Hmm.
right? So maybe him and they said he want to flex with the data, but for me, it's
Reese,
just all
Reese,
about timing.
Reese,
Time was just wrong.
Reese,
It's not something you do all
Reese,
the time.
Reese, I want to
Yeah.
correct you. I did not say his daughter. I said his lovely daughter. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's normal.
You hear the
So
English
one
man
of them
say.
lovely and one of them lovely.
Listen, I ain't getting into that dispute there with you in
That
here.
was very
I
specific.
correcting the man as to the English that I use in that
Oh,
particular
okay.
sentence.
Reese, do not
Okay?
forget the
If we
adjectives.
want to deal with another sentence, then we might get another conversation. But that's all we're talking
I
about.
like the watches though,
I
you know.
wanted to correct the man.
I like the watches.
Hey,
So,
hey,
so I want to say what I got to say about the watches.
I
But
like
guys,
them.
Jason,
okay.
so what you're saying.
They're spectacular.
No,
Okay,
guys. So what you say, I'm say after.
okay.
Okay,
My
anyway,
take
curfew extend.
my take on the premiere and these watches is this, and anything what the premiere deal with regards to this type of thing. No, ladies and gentlemen, when you see the premiere flexing, especially if you are a young fucking man, you need to be happy for the fucking premiere,
Mm,
and you need to be taking an example for the fucking premiere. The premiere is a fucking role model.
mm.
You check it out. The premiere come as a fucking small man and make
You good?
it and show your boy you go guide. You check it out on a daily basis consistently. But listen, I remember I work in customs. I think when like the 2012 the Benz car coming for the premiere.
Mm,
Yeah, consistently you could do it. The premier is an inspiration in a them type of thing of having money and like buy when you could do these type of things for your people. No, I can't disrespect that. I remember the premier was on a show and he talk about like
do it like Mark.
some somebody say he's not successful. You're fucking crazy. You
What?
can't say Mark Bradley is unsuccessful. You're fucking stupid. No, that is not an argument that you could bring to the
No,
table.
you cannot. You cannot. You
He,
cannot.
I'm telling you, the premier went overboard when he talk about he have a dictionary with the person face with fucking failure or something. I want that kind of watch it. The premier got such a fucking good dictionary. His
Mm.
dictionary ain't got any definition.
You
He
got a
dictionary
He
got
just
face.
the
got
people
face.
fucking face.
Got
Yeah,
face. A
this is
picture
what
is
the
worth
fuck
a
I'm
thousand
telling you.
words, eh?
That's
So you
yeah.
don't know.
Mm.
Don't ain't nothing about unsuccessful as I was saying. The premier when you look at like how the premier has built up himself as a man, how he built a business. Yeah. I
Mm.
ain't gonna tell me no kind of fucking stupid when this poor Mark Bradley in those arenas. That is different to the political arena and what he has done there. And you still can't tell me unsuccessful in that neither, cause he never lose. Me talk about like what he has produced. That is my only issue. But
Mm.
you're talking about the man and success and showing off he watches on them and going hit you. Yo,
He got
which one
more.
I'll be right now? Which one I'll be right now? Would not I want to get daughters and being able to shell out on them and got them feeling like, yo, is none for real. And you can't hear that. As we said, oh, and um, okay, before they read this, let me extend back into something, and it's still to do with the premiere.
Mm.
We were talking about signs just now. One of the signs where we neglect to talk about was the Navy's nice sign. Y'all saw that?
Yeah. Look good.
Ladies and gentlemen, CPL is coming. You will see these signs. in CPL advertisements, you will be told that these signs are gonna lead to all kind of shit in tourism. What we had kind of neglect with looking at like the fact that the signs were spelled incorrectly was that these signs are a fucking distraction. Huh? We got election in coming up in 20 months, and the wonderful idea what come out of the fucking cabinet is let's do science. Yeah, because
Alan,
you know we're going to generate a lot of economic growth and so. If we do these fucking science, we need to do science, and don't fucking miss the mind
Absolutely.
games and tricks that are taking place right now.
save it, Alan, save it, save it.
Save it for fucking one. Shooters got to shoot from deep range. Soon as me come over half court, you better got a body for me. So just make sure you understand. We're looking at a situation where we in a economic downturn. We got
Mm.
hush puppy. We got all kind of fuck guy in a road. And the Nevis Island administration who can open the fucking fire station and police station still. Remember we had the launch nearly a year ago.
Yesterday, but do it to spite.
I ain't said that, son. I
That would
said
be
they
a master
can't
plan.
fucking open it. Because if they could have opened it, all they would have do is open it.
Mm.
But you know, open it and we just got lunch and we don't got grand opening all like so because everything is cultural. But we up to now we can't have no cultural over there.
Something I keep.
So I'm just telling you, ladies and
How
gentlemen,
come CPL could
we
keep
are
and
looking at
Culturama can't keep?
Cause CPL for the
um
vaccinated.
Oh,
no we're cultural for the vaccinated too.
and that's what I thought.
Remember they gonna got the thing Independence Week now for the vaccinated. By the way, the
Well,
unvaccinated we would like to keep a session. But the problem is right, too much the vaccinated people gonna reach pandemics. Too much the vaccinated
Alan,
hey, watch it right. Too much of people who lively and vaccinated. That's the problem. In Army
mm,
Suite. In Army Suite. Too much of
Mm.
people who lively and vaccinated. It's bullshit right
crazy.
now. It gonna be kinda alright. Whatever they attempt it at this moment in time.
Anyway, Alan is about that time, because master control. You don't know. It was a pleasure having you guys over from the Real Talk Corner.
Me dog, I'm
Yeah,
back.
man. Yeah,
And
man.
and,
But
and but watch it. After 9 by you right now.
no, after 8.
You're
You
gonna
see
lose the
what I
current.
mean? Oh, I feel you. Alright.
What say?
You're gonna lose the
You
current.
say
You're
you wanna
gonna lose
lose
the
your
current.
current.
No, me I use me run my phone straight and my battery done up on 15%.
Oh, alright then.
Because I
Um,
just jump out the vehicle. I just jumped out the vehicle and I just just go on my phone one time.
yeah, you need a portable charger. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You live in
External
North
battery.
America now. You live in North
Okay,
America now. You ain't got no
it's on
excuse.
it's on 5% now.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna see you guys
You will.
later. Hope you guys.
Yeah. Say you good night.
Yeah, good night. I don't want shit too. Just like a he down there, master control.
Me dog, I hate me, man. Me dog, I hate me. You wanna go
Hey,
outside?
boy, I tell
All
you,
right. No,
me glad you get out the news, boy. News not beginning for you, boy. Me glad.
Alan next.
no problem. So everybody, we're gonna say good night. You understand? Ira Dara Hegi. Junior
Heg me,
Heg me too.
heg me, heg
Yeah.
me, heg me, heg me.
So we're gonna get out of here.
I
You
had a good time.
understand? Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I had a
You could
good
come
time.
back again.
I had a good time. I had a good
It's free over here, man. And you're the only person who wasn't engaging in the libation.
time. I'm
You
drinking this.
misunderstand the settings. Misunderstand the
No,
settings over here.
no, yeah,
Jason
I
wasn't
didn't say.
drinking.
The matter about Corona, so me just say me gonna drink some Corona. Then after me cuss Lindsay, me went for me bottle.
You had to.
Listen,
In,
I had
I
planned to
don't know
drink
why
a
you
vi-
cussed the man.
I had planned to drink a virus, but me say, boy, that one you gonna need fucking formula.
Uh,
Yeah,
with the
But
blueberry buster.
yeah,
but
it's sex.
let me tell you before we go, gentlemen, thank you for having us. It has been a long time since I've been able to leg on me tongue like us. So, but don't want to lie, eh? Boy, Lindsay Grant is a bald headed, stupid mother cut boy,
Oh God.
boy. I tell you, listen, boy, I got some boy. The children that watch Lindsay and say, "Hey, cunt, boy, cunt."
We have
Boy, that man
lost
is. Boy, that
people
man, I gotta send
unity,
boy. Boy, partner, listen,
option.
If Lindsay Graham and my father were to commit suicide the video they come out the boy. The Delta variant is coming for those who are unvaccinated. Oh, me fuck. Well. And the man said to the mic, so you echo and travel. Oh, me fuck. Well. Oh, boy. Anyway, let me.
You're not very organized right now.
Yeah.
Ah, well, I guess the farmer took. I ain't easy boy. I ain't easy.
I will say a good night.
Well, I want to say thank you. Appreciate it, man. Good times, good times, good times. It was a good time. It was a good time, man. I really enjoy myself. I laugh a lot. You educate us a lot too. Your perspective is always um, highly appreciated. I like the way how you break things down also. Being on this platform, I'm able to free up, show me hood side. You know, I didn't partake in any alcoholic beverage, but maybe the next time we all drink and laugh. But thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
Alan,
you.
one thing
Me ain't
before we
got,
go.
me ain't got nobody who
Tan,
call us cunt, no.
Oh,
Sorry.
Tanya,
yeah.
Tanya, big up yourself. My big friend Tanya, Tanya, big up yourself. Tanya's a big time supporter. Ali shows the man in the talk. Tanya, big up yourself. Jasmine, big up yourself.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Blessing,
yeah. We
blessing,
ain't even do
blessing.
that. We ain't even do
And
that.
Blessings, say what in the
Loretta,
comments line, man.
Loretta,
uh,
Sylvester, Ian, King. I just looking at the names that I see, and I ain't want to. Reese, remember what you say? People names don't get left out, but you can't be afraid to call out people names. Sorry, Alan, I know you want to get in, but
yeah.
we just want to talk.
What being gonna settle is like, and this is building off of what I was saying from the top too. Like all of the shows in SK are the same. This show really and truly is either sit down in a lot of bars. This is the conversation. Because sometimes people feel like they see man and man just talking shit.
Mm,
But there are places, there are bars where you're going to and the country is discussed. And this kind of show is like kind of to give a voice to those conversations, what happened in the bar, and to let you know, like, this are like how real people talk about this thing. Is you ain't gonna time to be like, am I gonna hurt the feelings? No, because we working hard to make it.
mm,
And when we go into a job, ain't like no jokey excuse to work. So when you're up at the top, ain't no jokey excuse to work neither. So this is that kind of conversation there to keep that part of Nevis there alive. You understand? The roadside conversation. I done been down on the beach in Pennies and I talking to elders about what going on in the country. Just dump on the beach.
mm.
And we just like drinking a Guinness and you know what I mean? So this is that. So it might not be for you, but that's how it is. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
good night, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see you on another Tuesday. It was nice being with you.
Mm-hmm.